Hi, I'm Matooka, and I'm here to talk to you today about a divination system that I created many, many years ago. It came out of a vision from one of the Temple Fest events where I saw wheels coming out of the sky and superimposing on each other, and then they started turning like gears on a clock. Now, these wheels were actually different systems that I had studied and worked with throughout my adult life as I searched along my spiritual path. I studied with indigenous elder, and as well as my years of witchcraft and um, different systems that I was working with at the time. And so, in actuality, this divination system is my own personal reality map, which probably what makes it so unique to me and why it is such a deep system of reading on a soul level for a person. So, let me tell you a little bit about Hoops of Life. It's a system of divination um, for exploring personal rhythms, and it combines the wisdom of nature as revealed through the use of animal allies, runes, different stones, and other guides to understanding the cycles of life. The system incorporates the wheels of life of the Celtic wheel of the year, or the witch's wheel, as well as an Aboriginal medicine wheel, and corresponds with those pathways as far as also incorporating life, death, and rebirth, and body, mind, and spirit. So being incarnated. I start all my readings in the center, in the life, death, rebirth, the life cycle of the human, and body, mind, and spirit. And then I move out into the direction of wherever we are in seasons, and I read around the wheel after that. The querent gets a lot of information. It's a big download, and every reading is a ritual specific to that person. Before I start a reading, I call on the allies. So I have guardians in the cross quarters on the table. I work with Stag in the north, Crow in the east, Serpent in the south, and the Black Bear in the west. In the center, I work with Turtle, and Spider Woman kind of walks around weaving the whole web together as ever she likes. And I call on my spirit guides, guardians, and allies before I start a reading to speak clearly, cleanly, concisely to their spirit guides, guardians, and allies and ancestors, that I might receive the information that they need clearly, cleanly, concisely for their highest good in love, will, and wisdom. And I smudge the table with incense, usually combination of sage or something, and them as well if they're willing. They take a pinch of cornmeal and sprinkle it on the allies as an offering. And then what they do is they stir the objects on the table all over the wheel. Let me show you. So this is the table. And you can see here, these are the allies and all the medicine helpers around the outside. You would start in the center and connect to yourself. Prayer. And when you feel the stop, the reading begins, starting in the middle. And because we're nearing Ostara, I would come out in the east and work around the table. A full session goes approximately an hour. And I have the person record their reading, usually using the Zoom. I give them permission to record it. And then they could look upon their reading for as long as they like and digest it. I also take a snapshot of their mandala, so that they can meditate with it for some time. Because it's a year-long reading, it's covering all the seasons. It is helpful to have the whole mandala with you to ponder. So this is pretty much my system, Groups of Life Divination. Thank you for joining me today.